Happy New Year! Yes, it's almost mid January and I'm still saying that. Yep, my name is Sheena Leverett Brown, and I wanted to make a video this week to introduce myself to you. As I look over the class list, some of you all I recognize from other online courses as recent as last semester. So to you, I say hello again. I hope you had a wonderful break. Those of you I don't recognize, I look forward to getting to know you this semester. Again, my name is Sheena, and I am in my third year at the School of Social Work here at UGA. I'm also enrolled in the Interdisciplinary Qualitative Research Certification Program, and so this is my capstone course that I've been looking forward to. I think that teaching qualitative research methods may be in my future, and I think this is a necessary course. If I look to the side, I want you to know I have some notes here. And I'm a paper person, so I have my articles here as well that I may be referring to. So, just to tell you a little bit more about myself, my research interests are around racial microaggressions, and specifically around how Black social workers are experiencing them in the workplace. I do have some teaching experience, but before I say that, I want to share a story with you all. I grew up in a small rural community in East Central Georgia where teachers and preachers were the closest thing to God. My grandmother wanted me to be a teacher, and I, at some point in my childhood, wanted to be a teacher, but when I went away to college, I didn't want to be a teacher, and she was crushed. I think if she was still alive, she would be excited about the fact that now I want to be a teacher. I've had some practical experience with teaching between the years of 2009 and 2011. I taught at two local area institutions here in the Metro Atlanta area. Argosy Institute, or I think Argosy University, I think a long time ago it was called Institute. I taught in their master's program. I taught a seminar for master's level counseling students who were in their practicum. Loved it. The second course that I taught was at Shorter College and their Atlanta campus. It was in a department, it was a human services department where they were awarding bachelor's degrees. This particular location, the student population were older bachelor's level students, so many of them were professionals who were going back to school to get a degree. So many of them were my age and older, at that time. That was an interesting experience. Since that time, I've been invited to guest lecture in some of my colleagues, other clinical social workers, their classes that they were teaching. Since I've been in the program in the School of Social Work, I've also been a guest lecturer. I've taught the half of a course for someone who had to take a medical leave, and currently I am teaching. I'm the instructor on record as a result of a teaching assistantship that I have for bachelor's level social work students who are in their practicum. So I'm teaching their practicum as well as their seminar, integrative seminar. So I have quite a bit of practical experience to consider when I'm thinking about what I'm learning about teaching, and I'm actually practicing the teaching methods right now, and I think it'll be good to have this course while I'm teaching. Part of my career goal is wanting to teach full time in some capacity. What I'm not so sure about right now is whether I want to pursue a tenure track position in a Research One university or a teaching college. I'm uncertain right now of what's going to happen, but I do want to be a full-time academic. That is my goal. So, just a little personal stuff background. I mentioned that I was from a rural community. I'm an original Georgia Peach. I currently live in the metro Atlanta area with my husband, and we enjoy a lot of things. Enjoy traveling, eating, food, food, and we also enjoy some of our local church ministries that we are very active in. One of my newest obsessions that I want to share with you all today is making plant-based milks. And so I have some to share with you. This is almond milk, by the way. And of course, I need to make another batch soon. I'm going to sip on it. If you are into plant-based milks, I encourage you to make your own. It's very hard to go back to the store-bought stuff after making your own, and it's almost a meditative practice in doing it. There are so many recipes on YouTube for all different kinds of nuts and other milks that people make, rice milk, oat milk, hemp seed milk, that the options are just out there. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as something about me. Um, some milestones. So last semester, at the beginning of the semester, I completed and defended and passed my comprehensive exams. So I am actually now a PhD candidate. And currently, as I speak, I am working on my dissertation prospectus. And my goal is to be complete with the done with the written portion of that so that I can get it to my committee members by the end of January, and hopefully be defending it by mid-February. That is my current goal. Um, so picture this, I'm at a dinner party and the age-old question comes up, what do you do? So here's my elevator speech as far as to how we define qualitative research. This is how I would answer that question. And pardon me for reading it, because although this question is very common, and I should have thought about this, and I probably should have an answer to this question at this point, I don't. And so I'm working on it, and I think this sounds pretty good, but let me know what you think. So I would answer that question by saying, I enhance human well-being. Okay, let me back up. I enhance human well-being by exploring social problems through personal encounters. I want to better understand people's experiences and how it impacts them. What do you think? I couldn't read my own writing. But that is how I would answer that question. So I really appreciated the readings this week as an intro to thinking about this. In particular, I want to share with you all an insight that I got from the Luthwaite and Nind article. On page 416, they talk about this idea of expertise in method and pedagogy. And I thought about that. I had to sit with it for a minute. I was kind of disappointed, but excited at the same time. So I was disappointed because there was a part of me that expected with this course that I would get in it and there would be some definitive um, um, sources, out there to tell me how to do this thing. You know, at this point, being a third year, I should know better than that because nothing has given me those definitive things when it comes to the academy. And so, that was a little bit disappointing, but I think exciting too because it gives us this opportunity, all of us, to engage in this discourse and also to contribute to the literature. And what excited me more when I read this, so the quote is, a key challenge in the development of excellence in the teaching of research methods has been that the development of advanced methods training has frequently been the task of methodological experts who do not have a pedagogic background. They go on further to talk about excellence in learning experiences. And then another quote, such recognition of expertise by peers must also exist side by side. And what I thought about, and this is a social work term, so I apologize ahead of time for that. But solution focused therapy is a type of therapy. Those of you, if you're in the College of Education in the psychology, you may know that as well. But we look at it as clients being the expert of their own life. And what I was thinking about here was that learners really are the expert of their learning experiment. And if we take our theoretical kind of perspectives about pedagogy here, maybe we can think about learners telling us how they learn, and I think that sits well with some of the other other article as well. Another social work theme is this team approach for expertise. And so, in that same article, the Luthwaite Nin article, they went to the expert panel and they were talking about the team. I think that's something I'm going to think a little bit harder about. The Waite article, specifically, I think I was very impressed with, because I think it gave voice to what I've suspected over the past 3 years that no one really talks about, at least not in my circles. No one really talks about, well, some of the things, but really no one really talks about the politics of teaching. I think we skirt around it. Um, and so I was glad to see that an article has kind of given voice to those things so that we can confront them. So the question of what I will focus on for my course, looking at the module content. So there were a lot of things in the module this week, and I appreciated all of the links really that I've saved. But the qualitative report, I think I will stay engaged with. I think is a wonderful resource as far as what I'm looking at, and being able to get the information that's provided in that newsletter can only enhance my learning experience here and in the future as well. So I think that this speaks to who I am and what I hope to gain out of the course. Yeah, I think that's it. Sorry. Anyway, I look forward to working with you all over the course of the spring semester, and any feedback will be appreciated. Bye.